Thank you very much, Teacher Adams. We really appreciate that. Yes, as we do continue the conversation around homeschooling or distance learning or remote learning, depending on which way you like to see it. And we do this with specialist high school maths tutor Brad Taylor. Now, he's here to provide some tips from an educator's perspective on how best to handle and approach this entire new normal when it comes to learning and education for our children, as well as the challenging circumstances that parents now find themselves in.
And if social media comments that we've seen are anything to go by, parents are finding themselves in really challenging circumstances. But of course, Brad is a father of three, so of course he can relate. And of course, he's also a life coach and an independent facilitator at Parenting the Love and Logic Way curriculum. Of course, Brad, it's so good to have you with us. Good morning.
Morning, lovely to be with you guys.
Brad, quickly before we start, how old are your kids?
Danny's 8, Mia's 6, and Jed is 4.
Okay,
that fits with being a math teacher.
Nice spread across the spectrum there. now, Brad, should parents worry about their child falling behind during this time?
I think for some parents, they are doing exceptionally well with their kids, and if anything, need to cut themselves a little bit of slack and enjoy a bit of time for play amidst the hard graft. But as a generalization from at least the work I'm doing with teenagers, I think that teenagers are in some ways given too much free time. I think it's not uncommon to see a teenager gaming, binging the latest series or on social media till 12 a.m., maybe 2 a.m., waking up at about 12 noon sluggishly to begin the day. So I would be concerned. I think the important thing there is the need to just set up collaborative boundaries and systems and structures with kids.
It really is a challenging time, I think, for parents as well. And we spoke about parents doing a juggling act earlier. But what do you do then with a parent who's already overwhelmed with, financial stresses and work pressures and keeping their kids safe? And now, of course, the burden of having to make sure that their kids are learning at the same time. What words do you have to share with those parents who are feeling overwhelmed?
I think a key thing is to view yourself and engage with your kids as a family unit team. And so not just letting one or two people carry all the weight for grafting hard with work and cooking and cleaning and paying bills, etc., but actually helping your children to see that we're a team in doing this. And so a really fun, practical way that we try and do it as a family is have star charts where all 5 of us, parents included, have come up with our own things that we would like to do to add value, habits that we're trying to form. At the end of a week, we have a little token shop and we get tokens for what we've done. And we've done it before lockdown, but through this time, it's quite a fun way to actually have everyone in the household contributing and appreciating that. I think part of it as well is in this unique time to allow yourself the grace and the freedom to cull some things that you maybe don't have the time, the money, the headspace for, that just expectations in this time need to get adjusted and realigned.
Yeah, I think that's a very valid point that you're making there, Brad, because even the best laid plans can sometimes just come to naught, because burnout is an actual factor that we need to consider, because parents are now working and taking care of the financial side of home, keeping the home clean, making sure, as you said earlier on, Tubby, so that the children are protected and safe. But then on top of that, you're a teacher as well, and you're having to accommodate a curriculum and all, so you can very easily burn out. So how can parents help themselves to avoid burnout?
So I think one really simple thing is just the power of anticipation. I think pre-lockdown, all of us in South Africa had lots of things that we look forward to, sports events that we watched, events with our children that we went to, family holidays, all sorts of things. And so re-bringing that back into the household of either personal rhythms or rhythms as a family, that we just have things that we can start to look forward to and anticipate, even if that's on a week by week basis. Another thing that we've done, I'm just sharing from practical experiences, family exercise. And so going for regular cycles, walks. We have boot camp with the kids running around us, something new that I haven't done before. That goes across extended family. We've got WhatsApp groups with Zoom calls or exercise we're doing together. Another one which I think people sometimes overlook is dating your partner creatively and intentionally. So my wife and I come up with 75 date ideas that you can largely do at home. Lots of fun things just to add a bit of extra zest to the otherwise lockdown feeling. Building a fort while you're watching a movie, learning about a new culture, and then cooking a meal and talking about it at the end of the week. Every night before supper, we jump on Just Dance on YouTube, and for 5 minutes do a dance together, the five of us. So those are just some practical ways. Another great one to infuse energy for yourself is to practice the habit of gratitude. And so through this lockdown period, one thing that I've done is a gratitude experiment of just trying to express appreciation to about 300 people on my email and phone contact list. And I found it absolutely invigorating amidst these times. So those are just a couple of things.
There are so many of them, but of course, Brad, the one thing I have to ask you is when you do have a chance, while you and your family are dancing around, when you do have that interactive, collaborative period with your family, do take videos and share them with us. How about that?
If I'm daring, if you're daring.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Thanks so much, Brad. Great tips there from you to our viewers, and I know that they would appreciate it so much. In fact, if you'd like to reach Brad and ask for some more advice, maybe share in his wealth of wisdom, then you can reach him at bradtaylor'semail@gmail.com. And I think probably one of the most important things to take from this conversation is to cut yourself some slack. You know what I mean? You're not an experienced maths teacher. You're not like Uncle Tabsy cutting the figure of a very fine English lecturer who could just run circles around Shakespeare.
And it's not for everyone.
Do you know what I mean?
Not everyone can do it, but everyone can try. That's what I said. But there you have it, some good tips from Brad Taylor, of course, who is a high school maths tutor. And hopefully all of those tips do help share with us some of your ideas as well on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3.
You had a lesson, Petra?
Yes.
On grammar.
Okay.